Afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to our Matchday -1 press conference ahead of tomorrow's UEFA Conference League semi-final second leg against Djurgarden. We'll take questions from the floor. Chris, do you want to start us off?
Afternoon, Enzo.
Afternoon.
How did Cole Palmer celebrate his birthday, and how important has he become to you in trying to win this competition and trying to get into the Champions League via Premier League?
Yeah, we said this European competition that we're gonna try to win. Now the next step for sure is to reach and to play the final, and then hopefully we can win the final. But the first target is to try to do our job tomorrow and to play the final. And then in terms of Cole, he had a good game against Liverpool, score goal, and in the way he celebrate his birthday, to be honest, yesterday we had session, he was at session, then after the session, I don't know if he did something different, but for sure he's in a good mood.
Moises Caicedo won the Player of the Season at the club's awards. How important is he becoming to the team and to you? And do you think there's scope there to maybe improve his contract in the future just to keep him here potentially even longer at the club?
Mo is doing well since day one. He's working very hard. He's working very well. He's humble. The good thing about Mo is that also the way he behaves is a good example for all the teammates, for the young players, even if it's still very young. And then in terms of contract, to be honest, no idea. This is not the moment to talk about, any different kind of a contract. Now is the focus has to be finish the season in the best way, and then we decide at the end.
Ian.
Hi Enzo, how are you? Just explain how important winning this trophy is for you, what it would mean to you, because it'll be your first trophy, major trophy in European football.
Very important for sure, 100%, for different reasons, but the main reason is because we want this club winning trophy. In this moment we are in the conference, so we have to try to win the trophy in the competition that we are. So yeah, it's important personally, but for me it's much more important for the club, for the fans. We said many times that it's the only trophy that Chelsea didn't win in the past, and Chelsea can become the first club in Europe to win all the European competition, so it's also good for the club.
You obviously want to do both, but if you win this and don't reach the Champions League via the Premier League, or you reach the Champions League but don't win this, which is more of a success?
I don't think about this. I didn't think about this, to be honest. I'm just thinking about tomorrow game, and then we have Newcastle away, so game by game, and then at the end we see if we are able to reach something or not. Above one, we see, I don't know.
Peter?
Hi, Enzo. During the first leg, you spoke about the importance of the Warsaw game, or the Warsaw tired and experience, considering how the team played here.
Yeah.
Obviously, that ended with some boos. How important is it that tomorrow night you don't replicate that, just from a sort of momentum point of view, but also a relationship point of view, that positive feeling point of view?
It's very important. As you said, after that game, after the first leg, I said that the second game against Warsaw was not good enough. So that experience hopefully is going to help us, the players, and us, all of us. And we are going to do our job tomorrow, play a good game, try to win again, and continue to build the momentum that you mentioned. So it's very important.
Was that particularly upsetting that quarter-final ended, with no forces?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. If even if the first leg was 0-3, the second game at home was not good enough. It's not the standards that we require to the players. And as I said, hopefully tomorrow we can win the game and play a good game.
Kieran?
Hi Enzo, how are you? Can I just ask an injury of players? Is there anyone surprising that's out, and how's Mark Gee when he's come back?
Yeah, no, we don't have any injury, and Mark Gee he could be involved already in tomorrow's squad. Not sure yet. Probably for him it's better to have some more days in terms of training session, but he's very close to be back with us.
Can I ask a tactical question on your midfielders? Can you tell me the profiles that you see in your guys long term? Like is Caicedo is number 6, Fernandez at number 8, and what's Legia and Andre Santos who could be back here in the summer? Run through them and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I can answer the ones that they are here, the ones that they are not here. We see. I see Moi as a 6 in the way he is playing since we start. In the last games, he played for us some game as a fullback off the ball, but then on the ball it's a 6. It's all the midfielder. For Enzo, I think we are trying with him since day one to get more goals, assists. In terms of numbers, he improved a lot. I still think that he can do better. I still think in the way we play, it's a player that he can score between 10 and 15 goals each season. And so with him it's the same. And Romeo is a 6, like Moi. And we said many times that with all the players fit, Romeo, Reece, Wes, Jackson, for sure the team is a better team. Unfortunately, some of them has been injured for a long time, but hopefully we can keep them now fit until the end.
Davide?
Ciao Enzo. In this competition, you've been considered the favorite since day one. How much was that a pressure, and how much it is a pressure?
When you join a competition or you play a game that you have the pressure to win, it's not the same. So you have to do the job, and the most important thing is also to convince the player that there is not easy game, there is not easy opposite, because any game can be a tricky game. You see, we just mentioned about the second game against Warsaw. The first leg, we won there 0-3. Then the second game at home, we struggled and we lost, and we could probably concede some more goals. So it's always complicated, and for sure it's a competition that we are there, and we're gonna try to win. It's also important that it's a competition where we start from the, how do you say in English? I preliminari, come si dice in inglese? Playoff, yeah. It's a competition that we start from the playoff, not even in the group. We have to play the playoff, so it's not. But we are in this competition, and as I said, we're gonna try to win the competition. First of all, is the final, and then try to win the final.
But if you make it to the final, will you prefer to play Fiorentina?
To be honest, I said many times that I consider Manuel Pellegrini one of my reference, one of my professional dad, because I worked with him 4 years, 2 as a player, 2 as a coach, and I spoke with him a lot. When I have some doubt, I call him to try to. So I will be happy for Manuel Pellegrini. At the same time, Fiorentina, it's an Italian club. I'm from Italy. I played 1 season as a player with Fiorentina, but in this moment for us is tomorrow game, and then we see the other one.
Nizar?
Enzo, what did you learn maybe from your playing career, because you won the Europa League twice, and you talk about Manuel Pellegrini? What was that period like for you as a player to win a major trophy, a major European trophy? What did it mean for you in the past and in the future as well?
It's important because shape a little bit yourself, all the experience. I said many times, probably the best experience in terms of winner mentality has been with Juventus, because it's a club that you realize that even the training session, you want to win the small side game. So it's a winner mentality, all the competition. And it's nice to win trophy because you learn how to win. And this is also, we mentioned many times that Chelsea is a big club with many important trophy in the past. But we need to learn how to win with this squad that is different from squad that in the past they won important trophy here with Chelsea.
Is it important because most of that dressing room, they haven't won major trophies? You have Reece James, you have Enzo Fernandez, they've won big trophies, but many of the other players, they haven't won a trophy in their career. Is this, the Conference League are probably very strong, but is it important to get a bit of hunger for the future?
Yeah, you have to. I try to convince the player that first of all, the day by day you have to build the winner mentality, try to win, small side games. And I said before, the competition that we are in this moment is Conference League, where we start from the playoff, and we have to try to win this competition. Hopefully in the future we can be in different competition, but at the moment the reality is the reality.
We've got time for 3 more questions. Rob, Andy, and the second one.
Looking again at where you see certain players playing where everyone's fit, with Legia coming back for hopefully an extended period, does it re-raise the question of what to do with Enzo Fernandez? Because whilst Lavia's been out, he's played next to Caicedo a lot, but if that place is only taken, does it kind of create the risk again that there might not be room in your strongest 11 for Enzo?
No, I think when Romeo has been fit, Enzo, he played most of the games. So probably with Romeo, Moi, Enzo, Cole, I think it's a strong midfielder. So I don't think if Romeo is fit that there is no room, there is no space for Enzo. Probably is with Romeo and Moi, we can support Enzo a little bit better also defensively because we don't need him defending too much. When Romeo was injured, most of the time Enzo dropped next to Moi and tried to help Moi to defend a little bit more. So I think it's with all the players fit, the team is better, so they are all better players.
Where do you think he is strongest?
Enzo?
Yeah.
Where he is playing now. For me, Enzo on the ball, when we have the ball, since we started, he's playing always in the same position, sometimes in the right side, sometimes in the left, but it's the same position. And off the ball, when Romeo is not fit or Mo is not fit, he's defending a little bit more. But I saw Enzo immediately that he is a player that he can be dangerous, arrive in the box, scoring goal, assist. And I think between the goals and assists, he has a very good number this season.
Andy?
Hi Enzo. Firstly, if I might just ask, you alluded to winning all 4 competitions. How much of a statement would that be to become the first club in Europe to do that?
Important. As you said, because first one is the only club, could be the only club in Europe, so it's something important. And for me, it's more a way to start and to build a winner mentality with this squad.
That kind of leads me on to just the second one, which is winning this trophy. Would it be enough of a statement to say Chelsea are back? And I ask this with the greatest respect that you may have something that, say, Real Madrid don't have, but you couldn't really imagine Real Madrid being sort of envious that Chelsea have this, or should they be?
Yeah, no, for me, winning a trophy this season, Conference League trophy, is a statement in terms of that it's a statement, as you said, that you can say Chelsea is back because, first of all, you win a trophy. Then if Madrid or different clubs, they don't play conference, it's because they didn't deserve to play conference. I always try to be, if we play conference, it's because it's where we are in the conference. So we need to start from there. We are playing conference. If you play conference, you cannot win Champions League. If you can play conference, you cannot win Europa League. If you play conference, the only trophy you can win is conference. And we're going to try our best tomorrow to reach the final and then to win the trophy. And as I said, from there, I think it's a good starting point to start to build, winner mentality and win games and trophy.
And we'll finish in the second row, please.
Because of what happened in the quarterfinal against Liga Warsaw, will that have any impact in your thinking of your lineup? Will you start with a strong lineup, maybe finish the game and then rest the players, or?
We try to, if you remember the second game at home against Warsaw, we start with Nicola Jackson, Cole Palmer, and it's a strong one. So this is not about, we try for every game to start with the best 11. So tomorrow we're going to start with the ones that we guess that they are the best 11 for us.
That win against against Liverpool puts you in the driving seat in terms of you own your destiny, the Champions League. Newcastle coming on Sunday, 12 o'clock. How much that will be in your mind as well in terms of selection?
Tomorrow is the game for me. For sure, in 48 hours after tomorrow we have, because we play 12 o'clock, so there is not big time, to recovery. But already happened last week that we arrived here 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning from Sweden, and then Sunday we had the game, so the timing was not a big time. Will be the same this weekend, but we're gonna try to be ready for tomorrow game and for Sunday game.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.